Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. So, I have something very special today. I have, I put a poll out on my Twitter, and people voted on some games that I hadn't played before. And I think it was like Super Metroid, Journey, some other puzzle game, and then Earthbound. And I've never played Earthbound before, so I think it would be fun to play it on stream for the first time. I'm gonna use this as an excuse to kind of play through this game. I've heard is really good, or at least people really like. And just play it. I think I'll have a fun time. At least I hope so. And I'll be happy to share it with you guys. Now I'll tell you, this weekend was pretty crazy for me. I went out to visit a friend of mine from college. Now originally I was going to be driving from where I live there to there, and it just, with all of the winter stuff, all the winter storming that's been happening lately, it just didn't work out like that. So kind of last minute, because I was like, I'll borrow my fiance's car because mine is broken down. And we'll see if we can make it there in the car, but it's just like last minute. It's like, with how bad it is, I don't think this car's gonna make it. So I was like, we'll just have to cancel it and try another day. But then they were like, you know what we'll do is we'll buy train tickets, and you'll take the Amtrak here, or to a nearby station, and I'll come and pick you up. Now I've never traveled by Amtrak before, or by train. Really, not by myself at least, and not recently. Maybe when I was a kid a couple times. But, I made it there fine. I ended up getting to the station really, really early the first time, just because I was like, I want to make sure I'm there before I get there, just in case, you never know. So, I was like, I'll figure out, I'll get there, a half hour early. It turned out to be like 45 minutes or like an hour early. So I was just sitting in the train station twiddling my thumbs. But that went fine. It was like a 10-hour ride on the train, which is a long ride, but it was nice. I mean, it was fine. Not a lot happened. A good weekend. And then the morning of my return, I pushed to, I was like, hey, when do we gotta leave? And they said, well, how stuff is, we should leave at like 10 because my train left at 1, which gives us enough time to get there, have something to eat, and get there early. And I said, that's fine. And then we're sitting around, and 10 comes and goes, and I'm like, hey, are we gonna go? Because I'd really like to, get there on time, at least, not even on time, but before I need to be there. And so they were like, oh no, it's fine. The roads have cleared up. We'll be just fine. We finally, I think we leave at like 11:15 or something like that. And I'm like, I can see bad things happening, because they are like, let's stop for some food. And they pull into this line outside of like a Dunkin' Donuts. And I was like, there's no way we're going to be able to wait in this line and still make it on time. So I was like, can I veto this? Can we not like go get donuts right now? Because I'd like to not miss my train that leaves at 1, because I don't have it, or a little before 1, because I don't if I miss that, I'm shit out of luck. And so they're like, okay, fine, got it on the line. It's like, I think we got like half hour of leeway. That, first of all, half hour of leeway, I would rather have it closer to an hour, just especially because I'm traveling and I'm not really sure what I'm doing. And we're driving and I'm not really paying attention. I think I fell asleep, and I wake up and it's like 12:30 and we're still not there. And I'm like, why are we not there yet? And he said, well, it's going to be a little close. Now, a little close ended up being, I had to pull my things out of the trunk of the car while we were driving. Like, it was like you could reach over from the back seat into the trunk, or into the back of the car. It was like I don't know, like a SUV. So I pulled my stuff out of the bag. I had my backpack and my bag ready, and I was like, I said my goodbyes as they were pulling up, and I hopped out and I ran into the station, looked at the thing real quick to see which track I was on, I had to go to, and then I ran down the stairs. And now I'm like nervous. I'm already anxious. I feel like I've almost missed my train. I don't want to miss this thing. But I think I got there on time, so I'm like sitting there like, yeah, I think I got it. And then a train pulls into the station, and it doesn't look like the train that I got on before, but I'm like, I don't know how trains work. I've never been on trains before. And I'm already nervous, and I'm just like, I see train. It came at the time my train was supposed to come. I get on train. Turns out that was the wrong train. That was a train that was like a metro that was going from where I was to a few towns down. And so I sit down, the guy comes down looking for tickets, and I show him my ticket, and he's like, he just looks at me, and he like shakes his head. He's like, you're on the wrong train, buddy. I sure hope your train stops where we're stopping, because otherwise you're shit out of luck. And so I start freaking out, because I'm legitimately freaking out. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to get, like, I'm looking at the train schedules. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. Does my train stop in this place? Luckily, the train does stop in that town. But then I'm starting to look at the times. I'm like, my train's supposed to leave from that town at 2:03. This train's not set to arrive there until like 3. And it's like a metro train, so it's making stops along the way. And I'm like, I'm totally fucked. I'm gonna be trapped in this town 10 hours away from where I live. And I don't have a car. I have money and I have my phone, but like, I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get home. And so I start calling people, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I hop off at the next station, and I'm looking up, maybe like the status of my train. Like, oh, it's like 3 o'clock. Have I missed this thing by an hour? I'm screwed. Trying to figure out if somebody can drive out and come get me and rescue me, or if I have to like rent a car or jump on a Greyhound bus or something. Because the next train out of that station didn't leave until Wednesday. And I'm stuck. So I'm trapped here. If I miss this train, I'm trapped in this town until Wednesday. And I have to buy another ticket, and that's extra money. And then like this is a bad option. So I'm trying to think, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm looking at the schedule, and it looks like I'm like, oh shit! It looks like the train got delayed. How far has it been delayed? And it was delayed. It was like, okay, it turned out that the train had been delayed by like an hour and a half or something like that. And then it got further delayed. So I ended up being in this station that I was never supposed to be at. Toe? You want me to draw a toe? Just a toe. Thanks. I'm gonna need more details than that. No, I'm in the station I'm never supposed to have been in the first place. I'm like sitting on the floor. I'm like, I'm not sure where I am. Far, far away from anyone that I know or that can help me. But my train is supposed to stop at this place. And that was great. I ended up calling people and being like, yeah, don't come rescue me. I will be fine. I'm just going to be stuck here. I ended up waiting in that station for like 3.5 hours for my train to show up. It was like 3.5 hours late to the station. I don't know what happened because it was only like two towns down from where I got on the train originally. I'm really not sure what happened. But thank goodness it was delayed. It was everything kind of lined up for me. I ended up being able to order McDonald's on Grubhub because I was starving because I hadn't eaten because I had to skip on that fucking donuts in the morning because I was like, there's no fucking way if we stop for donuts we're gonna make my train. And so I get some McDonald's delivered to the fucking train station, and I'm just sitting on the floor in the corner eating a cheeseburger and sipping a Sprite. like a little train station goblin, just waiting for this train, trying to ration my phone battery because I can't find a fucking outlet. Because I was like, oh, there'll be chargers on the train, I won't have to worry. it was stupid, all around stupid, all bad time. But eventually the train does get into the station. I jump on the train and everything's hunky-dory. On the way back, but no, I ended up not arriving until like 2 or 3 hours after I originally was supposed to arrive. I think I was set to arrive like 11. Ended up not showing up until like 1 a.m., 1:30. It was crazy. Super delayed, but that's alright. It made it so I made it on the fucking train in the first place. I will say though, I ended up seated next to probably the most unpleasant person I've ever had the displeasure of sitting next to. This lady got on the train a few steps, like maybe like an hour or two after I jumped on. And this lady originally was perfectly fine. I mean, she was a little strange. She was playing videos on her phone on loud and like talking loudly on the phone, which already is annoying, but like, okay, whatever. It doesn't really concern me or hurt me or anything. It's just a little irritating. I can live with that. Bad phone etiquette in a public space, but whatever, we're fine. There's been babies crying. I've lived with it. I can live with this lady talking on her phone. And originally she's talking to somebody. She's like, yeah, I don't know when we're set to arrive. And so I lean over and it's because I just had used this, this tracker to check the status of the train to find out if I had missed the train or not. I was able to say like, hey ma'am, there's a if you go to the website for the train, you can look up the status and see how long it's going to be until we get there. Though I would take that with a grain of salt because, we're already an hour and a half delayed or 3 hours delayed or something like that. And like, yeah, we might make up some time if we're running across open country, but it's probably going to be later than it says. And this lady apparently she's like, I don't know how to Google things on my phone, which is like, okay, whatever. But like, she doesn't look like normally I would excuse that if it was like, like a lady who's like 60 or older and doesn't really know how phones work or whatever. She's never had to do it. But this lady is a lot younger than that. I think she's in her like late 20s, early 30s, maybe 40s if we're pushing it. So that's just a weird thing to me. But whatever. We'll move past that. This lady though. Originally, I look up at the time, and I'm like, yeah, it looks like we're going to pull into your stop, this time, maybe like 11 o'clock, it says, because we're a little delayed. I'm set to arrive where I am about 12 midnight, but I would say, maybe take that with a grain of salt, because we're so delayed, it might be longer than that. And, she's like, oh, thank you very much. It was very, very nice interaction. I helped somebody that didn't really know what they were doing, and that was fine. I felt good, But about, like, I don't know, maybe 3-ish hours. Among Us Trap Remix. You got it. Let me put that on real quick. I'll search it while I'm talking. About 3 hours or so before we arrive at the station that I'm supposed to get off at. Or that she's supposed to get off at. I don't know. It's about 3 hours or so from when I arrived to where I am. This lady hops on... what is it? Most Trap Remix. Here you go. I'll pause the music so that we can play this shit. There you go. Okay. You're welcome. So, this lady hops on her phone and starts talking to someone loudly because, whatever. And they're having a conversation, and it starts to get a little weird. Like, they're talking about, like, how she doesn't have any money, and how she needs to, like, get government benefits by living in a motel for 6 weeks in New York. And I'm not trying to eavesdrop, but it's really hard because she's talking so loud. And this dude's, like, yelling back at her, and she's like... She starts saying, like, I don't really want to answer these questions because, I'm in public and I don't want to talk around all these people, which is a reasonable request, like, I mean, maybe it's an important conversation, but if she's going to have the important conversation, maybe go have it, like, in the back of a train, in the bathroom, in an area that's not quite as public. I know you're on a train, or, like, at least talk, like, quietly or over text or something. But, you know, apparently that's not... Thank you for the song request. Apparently that's not an option for this lady. She wants to talk out loud, yelling about all of her weird money problems and drug habits to everyone in the train. Whatever, you know, not really my life. I'm not trying to concern myself too much with it. But then, you know, she hangs up. She's angry. Like, you know, whatever. She's put in a bad situation. Sure. But then for the next, like, hour, her phone keeps going off. And she has it on loud, too. So it's ringing, and it's all these texting tones from different apps are going off. And every time it goes off, she starts swearing, like, really bad curses. Like swearing like a sailor at her phone, like, get the fuck off my phone, you fucking shithole, I don't want to fucking talk to you, I fucking hate you sometimes, Jesus fucking Christ, like F-bombs all over the place, and it goes on for like an hour. And part of me wanted to just be like, miss, you know you can like put that on do not disturb mode, or like, you know, quiet. Or you could just not yell at your phone on the fucking train next to everybody, and we're trapped next to you for fucking 3 more hours. Oh my god. You know, there's like a social contract that, you know, that you kind of unwittingly sign up for when you're in any public space. And it's especially with like your phone, you know, there's like an etiquette to using your phone in public. You know, if you're going to listen to music, you can listen to music, just either do it quietly or have some headphones. That's fine. You know, you can listen to a video on loud if you don't have headphones, but like do it quietly, keep it to yourself. You can talk on your phone as long as you keep it to yourself. You know, there's an etiquette to these things, and this lady just completely ignores it all. So that's my minor annoyance. I guess she wasn't really the most unpleasant person I ever sat next to. In public, you pretty much live in your headphones. I agree. You know, I actually have I have one wireless earbud. I had 2 of them, but I don't know what happened to the other one. I think the cat stole it. But I have one wireless earbud that I was using the whole trip. Works fine, but it was really funny that I only had the one. Oh. So like that whole on that train ride back, I ate like 40 chicken nuggets because I ate a burger in the station, and I ordered a bunch of nuggets so I'd have stuff to eat on the train. I wouldn't have to go buy food like from the train's, you know, food car. And that worked out fine. I don't mind them being like coldish as long as they were still chicky nuggies. That's fine. Is it a Raycon True Wireless Earbud? No, it's a bootleg wireless earbud that I bought on Amazon for $10. I don't know what the brand is. It's probably some Chinese knockoff brand. It's not important. The important thing is I only have one of them. I had 2, and now I don't. It is lost to the eons. Okay, no, I've been telling stories and talking for a while. Why don't I get this set up? I will swap over real quick. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna let this music fade out. Alright. So, let me hit the... I'm gonna be playing this on a Super Nintendo Classic that I got, and I modded the shit out of, and then I never used. I just had fun messing with it. Alright, let's see if we can get it to work. There we go, we got that. And alright, how's that for audio? Can you guys hear that okay? Is it a little quiet, a little too loud? Let me know. Too loud? How about that? A little better? Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! I just realized the issue. Oh my god! The Elgato had its own separate input, and it was like hidden at the bottom of my list. I've muted that. No! I don't wanna play that. All right. How's that? Is that better? How's that on audio? It's a little crunchy, crackety. Yeah. So I added a fuck ton of games. It could go higher. How's that? Yeah, I added a fuck ton. There's a ton of games already on here, and then I just added a ton onto it that weren't on there. And some like Game Boy games and shit. I just found out how to like add stuff, and that was a lot of fun. And I played a few of them, but I never like finished stuff. I just end up never finishing games most of the time. But here, I got Earthbound on here. I think that's one of the ones that came with it. So, ugh. Okay. Now again, this is my first time playing. I am not sure what I'm doing. And you guys are gonna have to help me if I have trouble. Oh. Is it a little crunchy on the audio for you guys, or is that good? I don't know if that's like the way it's supposed to be. Or if that's just an issue with the Elgato. I'm getting a little bit of crunchy, at least in my headphones. Kind of like in the back of my ears. Oh well. Let's see if I can do something about that. Trumpet. Alright. Fast, probably. Stereo settings. Oh my god. Okay, just plain's fine, I guess. Please name him. If I hit don't care, will the don't care just be like the default name that the character's supposed to have? I know this is Ness because I played Smash, but do I have to name him Ness manually, or if I hit don't care, will it choose it for me? Do you guys know? Don't care gives the default. Awesome. That's what I'm gonna do for all the characters. I don't really want to give them names or anything. Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Name her too. I don't care. Name your friend. Jeff. Name another friend. Who? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. King. He looks like a king. Favorite homemade food. Do these have like gameplay effects? Like what is this question? Steak. I don't know. I guess it might not be important to me, but like what does this even mean? Why is this a question? Choose your faves. Choose my faves for these. Is it okay? Would it be spoilers if I was to know? I'm like legitimately curious. This is a weird question. I don't know. Oh, it turns from food your mom cooks for you. Okay, I don't really just don't give a shit. What is my favorite homemade food? I don't know. I guess like a good stir fry, honestly. That sounds really nice. I don't know. I really don't. Jello. It's a good one, honestly. Jello shots. Hell yeah. I don't know if I have like a favorite food at all, honestly. I don't know if there's any food that I like. I just like a lot of different foods. I think I tend to like savory foods more than sweet ones, at least. Alright, yeah, oh, pie. You know what? Sure, let's do pie. Sure. What's my favorite thing? What's my favorite thing? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. What's your favorite thing is such a weird question. There's not enough spaces for thick-ass anime thighs. Nope, nope, nope. You saw Dirty Mind. Honestly, let's just do deer. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Amogus. There is enough space for Amogus, and I hate it. Go to fucking prison for having a thought crime like that. Alright, now we're gonna have to have a... Don't do Amogus. Don't do Amogus. Or don't do deer. Don't do Amogus. Okay, I won't. Sure, we'll do deer. Coolest thing? Deer. Hell yeah. Alright, by the way, I think I have the option to set this to like pixel perfect ratio. I think it's in 4:3 right now, and I actually have it stretched to 16:9. Like my screen is stretched to 16:9, so it comes out to about 4:3. But I can pixel perfect it. Is that a preferred option for you guys, or are you guys okay with the slightly stretched to 4:3? It's easier to read if you have it in the original aspect ratio. Okay, here. I think I can do that. I do the display pixel perfect. Okay, I'll do that. And I should be able to just pick it back up right from there. Ness's house. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. We'll stick it with this. I just have like a frame around it because that's actually added in by the thing itself. The Nintendo Classic. Are you guys getting those crackles in the audio? Is that just me, or are they there for you too? Because it might be in my head. Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Let me see if I can like. Disconnect for a second. There we are. second. Okay. Ah, they're still there. Let me try something. Try setting the dimensions for stream from Elgato. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? There's in the input. There's a way to tell it to come at 1920 by 1080. Okay. I'll check the. Configure video, I guess. Resolution, FPS type, custom. Come in at 1080. Is that what you're saying, or do you want it to come in at like 800 by 600? I don't think it really changes for this one, at least. 1080. Yeah, it was already on 1080, so I'll just put it back at like the device default. I think that's it. Or, 1080. High FPS. Video format, any, sure. It's to do with the data. Thing is that I'm listening to it through the Elgato capture. I'm pretty sure. Oh. Did the crackles just vanish? Oh, they're gone. Okay, I fixed it. I guess. Cool. I don't know what I did, but I did it. Fuck yeah. Easy. Alright, thank you for troubleshooting. That was very kind of you. Alright. Is my controller not working now? Hello? Try replugging it. Ugh. Come on. Do some controls. Oh. Oh, okay. Never mind. It is moving. I just blew on the SNES cartridge. Yes. I'll do that. My Elgato is now stuck. Device defaults then. My Elgato got stuck. Give me 1 second. Let me... delete it. Ah! Add a source. Come on. Oh. Oh! Streamlabs is frozen. Streamlabs is frozen. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I don't know why it froze up. I can't interact with anything. Come on, what's going on? Streamlabs? Hello? My whole ass program is not working. Okay, that's really cool. Like I can still see your guys' chat moving, and I can see everything like working, but I can't click on anything. It's all fucking frozen up. I think I'm gonna just close the program and try restarting the stream. Just give me 1 second. Troubleshooting is always the best part, isn't it?